the Chicago.
Everybody to What's Up, Cuz? I'm your host, Jason Palmer, along with my crazy cousin, the coach himself, Lancey Irvin, as we come to you for our final episode of 2021 of What's Up, Cuz? It has been a long and crazy year and a year of sports, and we're so happy to have you all join us. Tonight's show is a special 1 hour holiday edition. 1 hour because the Bears are playing the Minnesota Vikings tonight on Monday Night Football. And Lance Irvin is probably going out of town for the holidays, so we're cutting it short. So we're going to do a 1 hour show today, ladies and gentlemen. And we're so thankful for you, all of you, to join us. Tonight's show is being dedicated to a very special young woman. A lot of you know I graduated from Luther High School South, but I attended Lindblom Technical High School for the first 3 years of my high school career. And Lindblom is a very close network. People call us a cult, and it kind of is like a cult-like atmosphere around us. But the people in my class, 1988, we're extremely close. We are like brothers and sisters. And yesterday, tragically, we lost one of our sisters. My good friend, Dorothea Walker White, passed away yesterday after battling COVID-19. Lance and I now know about 20 people who've lost their lives to this deadly virus. You see the commercials we run here on this podcast encouraging you to become vaccinated. It's just, this virus is just, it just will not quit. You see what's going on around the country right now. But Doretha passed away yesterday on her birthday at the hospital. We were all heartbroken when her son Greg told us the news, and our prayers and thoughts are with Greg. And so I'm dedicating this final show of 2021 to my girl Doretha. She was a huge Bears fan. She was a huge sports fan, and I was a huge fan of her, just her person, her family. Her nickname was Spider. To all of her sisters out in Club Elite from Lindblom, you know, I'm right there with you. I'm heartbroken just like the rest of us are. So, Doretha, this one's for you, my sister. This one's for you.
Man, you know, Jay, I'm sorry to hear that, even though I don't know her. I know of her. And, you know, this COVID situation is real, Jay. I was just talking to my sister-in-law, Corey, this morning, and she told me about a place in Washington, D.C., where it's like a place where it's over 700,000 white ribbons laying there for people that die from COVID. So we must continue to take this disease seriously and do whatever we can. Make sure we mask up, make sure we wash our hands, and do whatever we can so this sickness can go away. Not sickness, this pandemic can go away at some point in time.
Yeah, it's really tough, man. And I know the vaccine is out there, and, you know, people feel the way they feel about it. But, you know, all I can do is tell you the statistics, which show that if you're vaccinated, you have a much greater chance of living and surviving and not getting as sick. You know, I've got mine, you got yours, I got my booster. I've been fortunate that I haven't been inflicted with it yet. You know, there's still a chance I could get it, but, you know, I trust in the science, and I just continue to encourage people to do that. Just encourage you to do that. That's all we can kind of do. But just to my friend Doretha and my whole Lindblom Nation, I know we're hurting, and there's going to be a lot of us at her services, but everybody kind of hang in there with this COVID, and let's try to get this pandemic wiped out. So.
Got you. Well said, cousin. Sometimes I leave you alone and let you flow with it. Well said.
I appreciate it. Well, hey, let's talk about some sports.
Today.
I know you've been waiting. So we got a special show for you all tonight. Tonight is our top 10 sports moments of 2021. So we're going to go down the list. We've also got our final jump ball question of the year coming up. And we got a couple of topics we're going to discuss too. But a lot of you have been emailing me, and I got some text messages after our last show from my cousin out in Lisa and everybody else. So I'm here to let you all know everything is fine with Irvin. Okay, I know people.
What, you didn't inform me of this?
After the last show, people were like, Jason, what the hell is your producer doing in the hospital? And why are you all making him work? I'm here to tell you Irvin is fine. He's no longer in the hospital. It's not our fault. Irvin is fine. He's here. He'll probably pop on. See,
I'm
there
good.
he is. He's no longer in the hospital, everybody. So
Yeah.
don't stop.
No bare ass today.
No more emails and text messages about Irvin. People were concerned. We appreciate your concern. He is fine. He's at home. He's producing the show. So I wanted to get that out there.
With our show is built on toughness. Toughness. We don't let little sicknesses, illnesses stop the show. But Ivan took it to a whole nother level. Like, I sat out 5 minutes. I felt bad. I jumped on the show. I was like, yeah, I'm ready. Ivan came on the show with a gown on.
And an IV.
I said, that's my guy right there, Jay. That's my man. Ivan, I'll take you in the back alley with me. It can be 10-on-2. And I know we're going to come out swinging and we're going to win that fight. So thanks for showing me your real level of toughness.
We appreciate
But my cousin, on the other hand, he can fly to Aruba, Mexico, Paris, and miss a show. That's not tough.
Yeah, and that is true. That is true. All right. So once again, thanks for joining us. If you're watching us on the YouTube station, go ahead and subscribe and like to that, the Sports Zone Chicago YouTube station. We appreciate that. If you're watching us on the Sports Zone Chicago app, we also appreciate you downloading that app. It gives you access to all the great shows we have here on the Sports Zone Chicago network. If you're looking to download the app, remember you can get it off the iTunes store, the Google Play Store, or the Amazon store. So go ahead, download that app. It'll give you access to all the great shows that we have here on Sports Zone Chicago. And remember, this is our last show for 2021. We will be off next week, and then we will be back the following Monday. So we'll take 1 week off, and then we'll come back in 2022, and we'll talk about what we did for the holidays and New Year's and all that good stuff. But hey, let's get rolling because we got a couple of topics before we get to our jump ball, and then we're going to get into our top 10, and that's going to be a whole lot of controversy.
Let's bring it. I'm ready.
So the first topic of today, oh boy, let's talk about the Chicago Bulls. Our Chicago Bulls yesterday defeated LeBron James and the Lakers at the United Center, 115-110. Anthony, I'm still on the disabled list. Davis did not play.
It's street clothes. Charles Barkley.
Street clothes. That's what they call it.
Street clothes Davis.
Street clothes Davis was not there. And the Bulls, apparently they're starting to get some people back from the COVID list. Great game, though. Lance, what were your thoughts on the Bulls beating the Lakers yesterday?
My thoughts was this. I thought the Bulls might take an L because they didn't have their full complement of players. I know that bad man Drozen just came back. DeMar came back. I think Kobe White. So those guys basically came off of COVID protocol. Vuk was out there. And I look up, Jay, I see the score. I'm like, are they serious? Once it got to the fourth quarter and DeRozan took over, oh my goodness. Hey, Jay, when you have a scorer in the NBA, when he start lighting you up and start looking all over the stands and like, they can't guard me, you are in trouble. And he took him home down the stretch. And I tell you what, Jay, Lonzo Ball, AC on defense, those guys been stepping it up. Morgan, those guys stepped it up. And for the Lakers, from their standpoint, Jay, they're missing something. They've been consistently losing. They haven't been able to get over the hump. I know it takes time for a team to gel. But with that being said, Jay, they've been struggling.
They missing street clothes. That's what they missing. You can't. We know what they missing. You missing one of the three pillars of your team.
But Jay, Anthony Davis, and I'm a huge Anthony Davis fan. I got into an argument with Corey Irvin, my sister-in-law, about this during the summer. I'm a big fan of Anthony Davis. But with that being said, I know what his numbers saying, Jay, but the way he's been playing, I don't know. Yeah, he averaged like 22 a game and 9, which are great numbers, but I don't feel he's putting a stamp on the game like he was last year or the year before. That's just me.
Well, the other part of this is what I keep telling everybody: the Lakers ain't no spring chicken team either. Them dudes kind of old. They got a lot of mileage on a lot of these guys. Yeah, they came into the league at a very young age, but that was a while ago, and they've played a lot of basketball, man. I think the miles is starting to catch up with them, and they just not flowing. I agree with that. They don't have the chemistry, but I think some of this is physical. I think some of it is physical, Lance.
It is, Bron he set out more games this year than he's probably having the last couple of years. Carmelo Anthony's not a spring chicken. Rondo is over there. Rondo hasn't been playing much, but they still have some guys over there that's youthful, Jay. Like Wayne Ellington is over there. I know Kendrick Nunn, has been hurt. THT has been hurt. He didn't play last night. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, though, hopefully they all can get healthy at some point in time. But with that being said, Jay, I mean, we almost to the halfway point of the season, to getting close to the halfway point.
Well,
so we shall see.
That's true. And ain't it messed up that all the players is hurt are from Chicago? Kendrick Nunn, Taylor Thornton, Anthony Davis. Come on, man. Y'all making us look bad. Get healthy, fellas. Jesus.
And then, Jay, for the Bulls to have Zach out, no Io, they were missing the other big kid on the inside. And for them to win that type of game down the stretch, that means something. I mean, I think they're better than what I was giving them credit for, but I like the pickups that they have. Yeah. But I'm still concerned about the size down the stretch. But great game last night, great atmosphere at the stadium. I wish I could say that about my Pistons, but with that being said, I'm not gonna hate. I'm not hating. And those uniforms looked awful last night. Other than the shorts,
Lord.
Uniforms awful.
Here we go.
What was it? Was it? Honestly, I've come around on that, Land. Like I like how they look. I like how they look. It kept kind of classic. It has a classic look. The ones that threw me off were the whites for the Lakers. Sean had mentioned it before. The whites for the Lakers threw me off. I was just like, you never really see. I mean, typically it's been what, yellow and purple. I mean, the whites kind of just. I thought they were the Bulls for a split second.
Well, all right, but let me ask you this. You come out there with the red on, right? And if you have the red arm sleeves on, the red tights, that's awful. That's awful.
I don't know. We can't
talk to me.
In high school, when we had at Lakeview, it was all red, right? I went to Holy Cross my freshman year. Okay. It was silver and scarlet, and then you had Lakeview, which is white and red. So we did the ketchup bottle thing. For a while. We did the ketchup bottle thing for a while. I didn't particularly I get what you said. I didn't particularly like it. That's why we went ahead and switched to black pants. So the black accent, though, fixes it. To me, it stabilizes the color scheme. It makes it really flow. I don't think that it looks too red. I don't think there's too little black. They added a little white in there. To me, the Lakers whites were the white was outshining everything. And I couldn't focus on the court because it was so bright.
Hey, Ivan, let me ask you this. Don't you think people should come on our show with uniform? Why is my cousin on the show tonight with no jersey on?
It's red. I'm celebrating Christmas. See, I've got a red stocking. I'm wearing a red shirt. I got a red.
Time out.
I got the red Blackhawks hat on.
Where's your usual jersey for the show? Where's your usual?
I didn't wear no red jersey. I'm celebrating the birth of Christ our Lord. Okay, gee.
You know what? That's the only reason why I'm not gonna fry you, because you said the right thing. Don't come on this show ever again without the proper dress on.
I'll remember that. I'll remember that.
All
right, let's go. Hey, we got another topic.
Bring it. I'm gonna get mine tonight.
We got another topic. All right.
Bring it.
This one may be more of a personal essay for me, but I'll let you chime in on this one as well. YouTube TV lost me, Lance Irvin.
I don't know. Where are you going with this? Go ahead.
YouTube TV, which is my television provider, my streaming provider, midnight on Saturday.
Okay.
In the middle of the Lakers Minnesota Timberwolves game, and in the middle of the bowl game that had 3 minutes remaining, all of a sudden the TV said programming no longer available. Now, I may not pay all my bills, but I'm gonna pay my damn cable bill. So now I'm mad. I'm like, what's going on? I'm trying to reach customer service, and it turns out YouTube TV and Disney were in the middle of a big fight, and Disney basically won. They said, y'all don't want to pay this for our content. They've been having contract disputes for the last 2 months, and they yanked all their programming off of YouTube TV. So there was no longer ABC, there was no longer ESPNs, there was no longer FX, there was no longer National Geographic. They lost 18 stations, and YouTube TV was just gone. So I couldn't watch no bowl game Saturday. I don't know what the hell happened on ABC. It was a disaster. They reached an agreement yesterday afternoon, about probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But in the meantime, I quit because YouTube TV, this is like the 3rd time they've done this in the past year where they fighting with some provider and they keeping all us on pins and needles. So I am no longer a YouTube TV subscriber. I switched to Fubo TV, Lance.
So you got rid of DirecTV a while ago.
No, yeah. No,
so
I got rid of YouTube. No, so I got rid of PlayStation View because they went out of business. And that's why I got YouTube TV.
So are you saving a lot of money doing that? Because you missed a decent Saturday. Did you at least see the Jackson State game?
Yes.
Okay,
only because I have an antenna in my house too, and I was able to pull that one up. Or what did I do? I have an antenna, but I also had switched over to the Fubo TV, and they had ESPN. So yes, I did watch the Jackson State game.
So let me ask you this: did you at least write a letter, because you're a good writer? Did you write a letter to YouTube TV complaining about your service?
Well,
and did you get us something free for the show?
I did not get us anything free for the show. If anything, they probably will never give us anything. I wrote them via Twitter, like about 10,000 other people that were on the thread, and I listed all the stations that were gone, 18 stations, and I left them a question. I said, why the F would I stay with you? And that was it. And it was retweeted like 500 times, and people loved it because, I mean, we're at a point now with all these streaming companies and cable companies. Everybody was cutting the cord to save money. But now, even the streaming companies, they all fighting with each other, and they're fighting with the content providers. And, you know, when you first started, the thing was like $29 a month. Now it's up to $65 a month. I'm like, hell, I might as well have kept cable.
Hey, Jay, the stuff is crazy, right? Everyone has a service. How do you know which one is the best? How do you know if you're getting your money's worth? Then you have some of the bootleg people out there that have access to other things.
Yeah.
So it's tough, but hopefully, I mean, your stuff is right. But you kicked them to the curb. And what service do you have now?
I got Fubu, or is it Fubo? Something TV. Fubo, Fubu TV.
What the heck is that?
They're a provider, man. Hey, they got ESPN. I know that. Look, my whole thing was just give.
I got Fubu on right now. It's actually pretty solid. It's not bad.
It's solid, Lance. I'm telling you, they got all the sports stations, and then they got all the stations my wife likes. She likes the TLC, the Bravo, the Food Network. So I got my wife satisfied, and I got me satisfied. But here's the funniest part. When they got a barrage of adults who lost ESPN with this, but you know who was really mad at YouTube TV the most?
Who?
Them women. Because part of the package they lost was all the Disney stations. So all them little kids who woke up Saturday morning, like, Mama, what happened to the Saturday morning cartoons? And you know them women weren't happy because they had to hear them kids all morning.
See, I thought you was going somewhere else with this. I thought you was going to say they lost like Lifetime or something like that, and my long-lost twin, Morris, wasn't able to be found. So I thought you was going somewhere with the Morris Chestnut story. But okay, I hear you. I understand about the cartoon.
So they lost all the sports things, so they made all the men mad.
Then
they lost all the Disney channels, so they made all the women mad because the kids were driving them crazy Saturday morning. So they hurried up and reached the deal. But, like I told my wife, it's like you haven't been dating somebody and then they say, you know what, I think I need a little space. We should break up for a little bit. And so you'd be like, all right, so, everybody get their space. Well, by the time you got your space, they done found somebody else. And then you try to come back like, oh, okay, I miss you, I'm ready now. They're like, man, I done upgraded. I don't know what you're talking about. Get on up out of here. So that's kind of how I feel about YouTube. See, I wasn't going to never step out on you, YouTube. But y'all did what y'all did. I had to do what I had to do.
Like you stepped out on the Chicago Bears?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
don't act like that's not your history now. You know to step out on people.
Hey, real quick, I actually found, I was looking through some stuff and I got a couple of clips. One clip in particular I want to share tonight. But Lance, I found a City Edition jersey that I think they just need to get rid of. It's just flat out disgusting looking. I don't know if you agree. I just the unimaginative, unthoughtful, just hideous jersey that this is. I just want to let you know. I found one. A couple other ones are bad, but that one's the worst one. Just letting you.
That's clean. That's crisp. The City Edition Detroit Pistons uniform. Matter of fact, I need to order one of those. Matter of fact.
No, that's the one.
This it's okay. It does nothing for me. Like it's solid. It's more
on that later. More on that later. We're gonna get the jump ball. Is that the jump ball? We got our top 10. So let's get the jump ball ready. We've got a jump ball question. We didn't do it last week because we had our great guests on, Chris Smith and Andre Lewis joined us. So we got a jump ball question. Ivan, what is this week's jump ball question? I'm gonna drink me some Smirnoff.
All right. Well, this week's jump ball question. I think this one's a really good one. Are there too many bowl games, college football bowl games? Are there too many bowl games to even watch, let alone to choose from? What do you guys think? Who wants to go first?
Let Jason go first. Let him before he gets drunk drinking Smirnoff. Go ahead.
All right. Are there too many bowl games? Of course there are too many damn bowl games. Everybody knows too many bowl games. There's no point in all of these bowl games. Half of these bowl games, you don't even know who the hell is sponsoring the thing. It could be the local pizza factory or some makeup center. I don't know. And the other problem is, look at who's in these bowl games. They got bowl games where the team's record is 6-6, and they playing against somebody who's 7-5. All right, y'all shouldn't even be in no bowl game. What are you doing? And then you look at a lot of these smaller bowls and the attendance in the stands. Ain't nobody there to see that. Didn't nobody go to the Caesar's Pizza Bowl down in Idaho? I mean, what are they doing? It's way too many bowl games. This is all about the schools being able to make money from these bowl games. It's not about the athletes. Let these athletes go home and be with their damn families during the holiday. Y'all got them in all these crazy bowl games that don't nobody want to watch these terrible teams anyway. So, yeah, it's too many of them.
All right, Lance.
You know what, Ivan? I consider my cousin the expert at most of these situations, but he's dead wrong on this one. He was the one that taught me it's all based on money and finances. Well, any person knows that the more bowl games you have, the more participation it is, the more people are watching. Like Jimmy and John and their family love driving from Idaho. We tried to throw shots to Florida for a vacation to watch the bowl games. You think Jackson State didn't have a big crowd in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium? That's one of the 99 Bowls games. They sold the Benz Stadium out. So with that being said, there's the right amount of Bowls games. You go 6-6, that's still 500. That's a winning season. Now, if you lose, it's a different story. But with that being said, they can have 1,000 bowl games because at some point in time, they're making money and look, Jimmy and Johnny is playing.
Let me switch this up a little bit. I think there could be one or two. Like I seen the one that was just like a pizza, like you said, like it was like a pizza parlor, so like some regular old, it was like a regular old store, that they're doing a bowl game for. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, I mean, that's good publicity for the store.
You mean the Jimmy Kimmel Alamo Bowl?
Right. But what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it all mean? What are you really playing for? You're playing for some company's money. Like that's how I see it as. You're playing for another some company's money, and you ain't even getting paid by them. So you guys
do know you get a ring if you win those bowl games, right?
You do.
You said, what are you playing for? I told y'all I came with my A game today. You're playing for a ring if you win those games.
Yeah, but who the hell, Lance, is gonna walk around like I got the Jimmy Caesar Pizza Bowl ring on my feet? Ain't no value for that. You can put that on eBay and make no money.
Jason, you are a guy. You and Irvin, you guys do research heavy, right? If you win those games, if I'm a coach, if Lance C. Irvin wins the Mac Irvin Fire Big Buford Burger game, I might get an extra $15,000 on my contract.
But that's my point.
I might get a bonus.
But you're making my point, Lance. It's not benefiting the athletes. It's benefiting the coaches. It's benefiting the schools. It's not benefiting the athletes.
Benefiting the business, benefiting the companies, the industry. Yeah, it's everybody.
The athletes get another game. The athletes get another game. They're getting exposed. You get another game to showcase what you can do. So we all benefit. I'm benefiting. My wife benefited from that extra $25,000 I'm getting for going to the bowl. The athletes get another game. A lot of times, some of these games are on TV, ESPN.
Oh, they all
other entities.
Yeah.
So what if little Jimmy never had the opportunity to play on national TV? If you're not Hampton. Let me see. If you Irvin University, now I'm on ESPN. Now we got alumni happy, got donors happy, everybody happy. So I think it shouldn't be no more than what they have now, because it is to a point where I'm like,
Well, that's part of it, because eventually they're going to expand the playoff. Yeah. It's not going to be just 4 teams. It'll end up being 8 or 16 teams, or however many they want to go up to. I think like 12. I think 12 might be the cap. 12 might be the cap. I think a top 12 making a playoff might be it, because after that you're talking about a lack of talent and maybe just a bad conference or something like that, or a lot of luck after 12. But if they go ahead and say, all right, we're all playing in these 12 specific bowl games, and they name the bowl games, I mean, they could have a rotation like they do already, but I just see them continuing to add, because now you have schools that aren't going to be in those bowl games. You have other schools that will not be in those bowl games. There'll be other bowl games to fill in for. There'll be other bowl games to have teams play for, because you're going to run out. You're not going to have those big teams. You're not going to have the top 12 in some of these bowl games.
But I think, Jay, to your point of view, a lot of college basketball coaches used to get mad because they were saying you're taking half the football teams and sticking them in a bowl game. You don't take half of the basketball teams and invite them to the NCAA tournament. True. So a lot of basketball coaches was getting mad at that number. So with that being said, I can see where you're coming from. So I think it's 50-50 either way, but it is a lot of them, though.
Okay. Well, we'll see. It's up to you guys. What do you think? Go ahead and leave us a comment on what you think. Are there too many bowl games or not? Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial. This is going to be a 60-second commercial break. And then we're coming back and we're getting into our top 10 list. Our top 10 stores in 2021. You're watching What's Up, Cuz. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Stay tuned.
Hey.
I make my living asking tough questions. So here's a question for you. If you had the power to save a life, would you? I have a chance to survive blood cancer because my big sister answered yes to being my marrow donor. Right now, you can go to BeTheMatch.org and offer a cure to someone with a disease like leukemia. So, what will your answer be?
Welcome back, everybody, to What's Up, Cuz. I'm your host, Jason Palmer, along with my cousin, Lance Irvin. Lance, let's get right to it, baby. The top 10 stories of 2021 is compiled by the illustrious staff of the What's Up, Cuz show. So we'll start with number 10 and work our way up. I believe we have corresponding pictures. So the 10th story of 2021 The Chicago Bulls are good again. Now, for those of you outside Chicago, you may say this ain't no story. For those of us that were in Chicago, this is a story. Lance Irvin, the Bulls are not only just watchable anymore, they're actually good. And tonight, they go into the standings second in the Eastern Conference in record. Your thoughts on our number 10 story that the Bulls are good again?
Well, I'm mad because my Pistons are not relevant anymore. But you know what? I think the new management did a great job picking up some of the players that they picked up right. I said last year, Vooch was a big pickup. Patrick Williams was key. And DeMar has been great, along with Kobe White. Kobe White, when they drafted him, he was good. I mean, they have a great situation right now. Lonzo Ball is playing well. And Jay, you know that you need Chicago to be good, with us being the third or fourth biggest media market in the country. So it's good if Chicago is good, but I'm still disappointed because my Pistons have been lackluster for the last couple of years.
A couple of years.
I tried to mumble it. Did you hear me?
I tried. I saw you trying to do that, Lance. Yes, I did. So that's our number 10. The Bulls are good again. That's our number 10 story. All right. Moving on to number 9. The number 9 story in 2021, Kyle Beach case exposes the Blackhawks. The Kyle Beach lawsuit, which was pretty heinous. Kyle Beach was a number 1 draft pick of the Chicago Blackhawks. He was sexually abused by a now convicted sex offender who was serving as the assistant coach. He was the video coach for the Chicago Blackhawks. Turns out Stan Bowman knew about it. The general manager, Stan Bowman, was fired. Joel Quenneville, who was the head coach at that time of the Blackhawks, he knew about it. He resigned from his position as head coach of the Florida Panthers when this all came out. And it just made the Blackhawks organization look just like really, really bad people. And I did my own personal boycott of the team. Now, last week, they did reach a settlement in the lawsuit with Kyle Beach. I was glad they did that. But that was a huge story. It really sent shockwaves throughout Chicago, the hockey community, and throughout the nation. So, Lance, are you there or did you freeze? Oh, Lance may have frozen. All right, so it's just me. But yes, the Kyle Beach story, obviously one of the big stories, Ivan. I was glad to see that they at least settled the lawsuit.
Yeah, and I think that's part of what, like you said, your own personal. But a lot of people were. It was uneasy because you're sitting there, you have all this love for a team that you saw what they did, but then you have this dark secret where you can't sweep under the rug anymore. It'll be, I mean, it's not human to sweep it under the rug, not human to at least give Kyle Beach his spotlight, his stage to go ahead and say what he had to say. The settlement makes it, for me, it doesn't make it right. But at least it's one step closer to closure for Kyle Beach and the Blackhawks to move on. And honestly, for the Blackhawks, it was a must to save face for this organization. I mean, the organization is so many, leaps and bounds better than what it was 20 years ago. Right. And to have something like this overshadow all that accomplishment, I'm just happy they got something settled. I'm glad that they realized their mistake, even though, it was already made, and it's terrible that it was made. But thank God they realized their mistake, and they're trying to at least make it right for not only Kyle Beach, but for everybody that passes through their organization.
I agree. Lance, you have thoughts on our number 9 story about the Kyle Beach?
You know what? I remember talking to you about this situation, Jay, and you were explaining to me what happened. And I understood from talking to you and Reed, this was a bad situation, Jay. And my thing is that when you're upper management and you know that these things are going on, you need to address these situations. I think it's too many times. I think Ivan might have said this. I'm not sure, though. They try to sweep it under the rugs, Jay. That's a tough situation when you're trying to sweep. And then when it comes out, you look crazy like John Gruden. They tried to sweep that under the rugs. Then all the emails came out.
Yeah.
Like cut it out like the Urban Meyer stuff. I mean, come on. At least they jumped on that quickly. But they need to jump on these situations in a timelier manner.
Yeah, I agree. So that was a huge story. And, like I said, they've all, had to deal with what they had to deal with. But just a huge story and a sad story. But, hopefully everyone can kind of move forward here. But that's going to be a stain on this organization forever. So, they're going to have to live with it. Number 8. Let's go to number 8. Oh, let's see. Number 8. The White Sox flame out in the playoffs.
AJ.
After getting my hopes up, they go out in the first round like some hoes.
Watch your mouth talking about my team. But like I said, Jay, the start of the season, and me being a former pitcher, I always talk about the pitching. Every time I start off, if your pitching can hold up, you have a chance. And I believe the pitching let us down in the playoffs. But with that being said, Jay, with all the injuries they had this year and some of the obstacles that they dealt with, just to make the playoffs, my hats was off to them. But we had a loaded team, Jay. The team was loaded. But I'm disappointed, but I'm not. Hopefully we'll be better next year.
And I'm glad we got that picture because that's basically what they did. They took a squat during the damn playoffs. I'm sorry. Y'all can say what y'all want, man. That was terrible, man. Don't get me wrong. Houston was definitely a great team. I'm not taking anything away from them.
They were really good.
It's the way the White Sox went out that bothered me. It was the way.
What so much bothered you?
They got their asses whooped. They weren't even competitive, man. The starting pitching, which had been the strength of the team, I don't know. They wasn't nowhere around. Dylan Cease was god awful. Giolito threw 100 pitches in like 3 innings. Lance Lynn was bad. They were bad. And I was not expecting them. If you lose to Houston, that's one thing. But to go out the way they did, that was just awful.
You at least wanted this series to be 4-3, or you sitting there looking like, well, we got a shot. You lose in the last game. At least you mad, but you feel good about yourself. Right. At least you can say that stupid line, wait till next year. With that being said, I hate that line, wait till next year. But in the style and the fashion that we lost, Jay, it wasn't, man, we didn't really hit too many home runs either now.
It was bad.
Our bats was tired too. Robert was tired. Jose the bats were real silent. We went silent at the wrong time. And Houston was good. Like you said, I wanted Dusty to win the championship. I really did, because I think he's overdue to win one. So I was mad, but I'm like, okay, Dusty, come on. Then they lose. But with that being said, Jay, we got to do a better job with our pitching.
Yeah, so, it was pretty bad. The White Sox just went, oh God, it was just awful.
And all Jay, let me ask you this: you're a baseball fan, real quick. Was that a bad matchup for us?
No. If you want to win a championship, you're gonna have to beat real teams. So it didn't matter to me. It's the playoffs, man. You ain't playing Kansas City no more. They didn't make the playoffs. You got to beat good teams. So that's their fault. So, oh well, better luck next year.
You're so harsh.
Let's go to number 7. Oh, Lord. I can't believe this is number 7 on the list. Medina Spirit wins, is disqualified, and then dies.
I haven't.
Lance's cheating horse. Oh, I'm sorry. The horse didn't cheat. His trainer, a.k.a. the number one suspect in his death, Bob Baffert.
The horse did not cheat.
Oh, here we go.
The horse did not cheat. Did you see the horse getting shot up with the needle? All I'm asking you. Did you, Irvin, see him getting shot up with the needle?
They came back with the test. The test showed how much drugs was in the horse system, Lance.
But, Jay, my problem is this. They knew Bob Baffert was shaky anyway, correct?
Yes.
They knew it was shaky. It's bigger than the horse. It was bigger than the horse all along.
That is the look.
They should have got him.
Wait, put that picture up, Ivan. You know what that look is? You know I got to kill you now, right? You know I got to.
That look is
this. Nothing personal. It's business.
That look is this. I've been accused. It's been alleged that I've been cheating, and I haven't got caught yet. So I'm gonna keep on doing what I've been doing until I get caught.
I don't know.
Your lying horse will tell on you, Lance. and that horse, honestly, look at the concern in that horse's eyes. He's telling you, I can't breathe right now. My heart can't take this. He's telling you with his eyes, Lance.
Help me.
Y'all find the worst pitcher in America to try to front.
The horse was trying to call Peter.
But Jay, let me ask you this, though. You and old smarty Irvin, the horse still has all of his wins. Did they take away any wins from him?
Yeah, they took away the Kentucky Derby win, which is the biggest.
What other wins did they take away from him?
That was the only one.
Talk to me. So those other wins, the other races go down in what? As what?
As wins.
Wins.
But it don't matter now, the horse dead. So, oh well.
Sorry about the horse. We don't need no organizations calling us.
I agree.
Sorry about the horse. But it's not cheating unless you get caught. Come on, man.
Let's go to number 6. Talking about death. Number 6 is a perfect topic for death. The Bears become the laughing stock of the league in 2021.
You know what? Let me start off. Let me start off because I'm tired of you and Maya. Don't bring out Bagman. Please do not bring out Bagman. Jason, you got everything you asked for. You said the general manager should be fired. Everybody except the president. Did the president get fired? The ownership, rather. You hollering for new owners. When would the Bears be relevant again? We have a quarterback that's about in 25 minutes going to be running for his life again. we have Khalil Mack is out, which maybe this might be his last year.
It is.
I don't know. Allen Robinson is going. If Allen Robinson come back, smack me in my face. Matter of fact, put me in a dunk and just throw fastballs. Allen Robinson is not coming back. The defensive line, Akeem Hicks and everybody's getting older. Like, Jay, what do we really have to look forward to?
You don't have nothing to look forward to, and that's the reality of it, which is why I got my new team, the Miami Dolphins, who are in the hunt for a playoff spot, by the way. The Bears organization is – what this year exposed is that it's not just the coach, it's not just players, it's everything. It's ownership, it's general manager, it's coaching, it's everything. And that's what it exposed. And that's why I said they've become the laughing stock of the league. People are embarrassed. I know diehard Bears fans who are just like, I can't do this no more. Like, y'all are too much. And, tonight they're playing. Half the team is out on the COVID list. So, they got a lot of issues there. And, I said it starts at the top. And then to top it off, then they going to leave and talk about we going to Arlington Heights. So, I mean, it's just become a joke. Aaron Rodgers is saying how he owns them, which is true.
He said he effing owns them. I effing own y'all. Go ahead.
He wasn't lying. So, what can I say? That's number 6.
Jay, let me ask you this, though. Can it be fixed? Are they moving to Arlington Heights?
Yes.
And can it be fixed?
They're moving to Arlington Heights.
So, December 20th, you said 2021, they're moving to Arlington Heights.
They're definitely moving to Arlington Heights. Can it be fixed? Of course. Anything can't be fixed. Will it be fixed? I don't think so. As long as you got that ownership group in there, it ain't going to happen. If it's going to get fixed, it's going to get fixed when they finally move to Arlington Heights, and it's going to be because they need to have a good team to fill the stadium. But that's my thought on the Bears. But we got
and my boy from high school, Fish, saying bring Lovey back. Move on.
Well, there you go. Well, you can try that, but I don't see it's going to happen. All right, let's keep moving. We're up to number 5. Number 5 on our list, Sha'Carri Richardson drama.
You know what, Jay? When you had Sudi on that day, and when Coach Sudi came on and was talking about the masking agents and all that other stuff, that was probably, Jay, one of the best segments we had all year. Because sure enough, she goes out and not lay one egg, but 2 eggs, then another egg. So that's a lot of drama, but go ahead. I want to hear what you're going to say about this because you're chomping at the bits.
No, I'm not. I mean, I said what I needed to say about Sha'Carri Richardson. I thought, my personal thought is I agree with Sudi. I think she was using performance-enhancing drugs, and I think it showed when she got busted, the marijuana was a masking agent, and when she ran clean for the first time, the Jamaican women whipped her ass. That's all that happened. That's what happened. I mean, I'm not making it up. We all saw it happen.
That's exactly what happened. Exactly.
I mean, my only beef about it was that she kept talking and people were trying to help her. And she talking stuff and she mad at Allison Felix and then she mad at Usain Bolt. I'm like, girl, go and sit down somewhere and learn how to get out the blocks faster.
So Jay, will she come back? Will she be the same as she was? Is it over with for her?
I'm not gonna say it's over with her for her. She's a very young athlete. She's made some terrible mistakes. She needs better management. She needs to mature, and she needs to work on her starts. If she don't work on her starts, she's gonna get blown out every single
time. I kind of agree with you on that, Jay.
So I'm not gonna give up on her, but I ain't happy with her. I'm mad at her because I was a Shakira Richardson fan, but I didn't like the way she went about it. So that was number 5. Number 4 on our list. Ooh, this is one of yours. Tyson Fury knocked out Wilder in an epic battle. But Tyson Fury, I mean, don't get me wrong, Wilder knocked him down too in that fight. They were going at it. But Tyson Fury, your thoughts, Lance Irvin? I got to give me another sip after that one. I mean, he just, Lance freezing again. Look like Lance freezing again. Ivan, did you see that fight? What were your thoughts with Tyson Fury just beating the hell out of Wilder? Oh, there's Lance.
We got Lance.
You know, I apologize because we need broadband where I live bad. They said we're years away from getting broadband. That's why
I told you to move out the hood, move out of rural America like me.
My wife doesn't want to move. But it's coming, baby. It's coming. I'm expecting big things in 2021. It's coming. But Jay, with that being said, though, at least with the Fury Wilder fight, we had a chance to see real heavyweights fight. Yes. Even though he was blaming his arm, I came out with my arm and my arm was too heavy and this, that, and other. But we haven't seen a good heavyweight fight since Ali, Frazier, Holmes, some of those type situations. So I was happy to see a decent slugfest for a change in the heavyweight division. But we shall see, though. But I tell you what, Jay, I'm a huge boxing fan, but that man, Bud Crawford, that's a bad boy. That's all I'm going to say. We need Bud.
Well, we'll see. I think I'd like to see boxing get back on the sports landscape. You know, it's been bad for a lot of years. And a lot of it, our guy Montel Griffin has been talking about a lot on his Twitter page. A lot of it because of the cheating that's going on in boxing, and people got greedy about the money, and you know it wasn't helping the sport. And actually, the Olympics is considering dropping boxing as a sport for the next Olympics, and Montel was talking about that. So we'll see how that works out. But number 4 on our list, that was a great fight. So we put that one at number 4.
Great
number
fight.
3. Now this is a very interesting one that we're putting.
What do we have at
number 3? For number 3, the Supreme Court. yes, these people. The Supreme Court ruling on the NIL agreement / Deion Sanders reallocates black athletes to HBCUs. So we're not going to use the word stole. My classmate Christopher Jackson told me watch my verbiage when I talked about this. So yes, he did not steal the top recruit from Florida State. He merely reallocated black athletic resources to the HBCUs. Lance Irvin, your thought on the Supreme Court and NIL?
I mean, it was time athletes started getting paid if you could get a name, image, and likeness deal, correct? I mean, too many times coaches was making so much money to school, getting a lot of money, and the athletes, you couldn't get a cup of coffee or you couldn't get a quarter to pay for your laundry. So everybody else in the school is making money. So if athletes can get a little bit of money, I was in favor for. And the Deion Sanders situation, he didn't flip the kid. The kid went where he wanted to go. And Deion Sanders has a mouthpiece. Jackson State is a good university. Deion is a really good coach. Too many times people try to say HBCUs, they not right. No, we had some great HBCU coaches on here. We had Buck Richardson from Hampton on there.
Yep.
Here we had Will Jones from North Carolina A&T. Those are some good academic institutions, and football is played the same at most places. Deion can just sell himself. And what's wrong with playing for a guy that's a hell of a cornerback? Probably the best in the country. So, Jay, and I got pissed off, Jay. I'm going to make it brief. What other coaches talking about, it's the name, image, and likeness money. Man, that's crap. That is crap. That's why I fooled with Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo said, Jimbo laughed at him, Jay. Stuff been going on all the time.
Yeah, he did.
Now y'all get beat. Now everybody complaining. Man, shut up and just coach your team.
That's right. That's right. That was Dabo Sweeney and Lane Kiffin out there talking.
Stop hating.
Then we had sports hosts talking crap about HBCUs, and it was a mess. But I'm just glad because I think we're at the forefront and seeing what's going to start happening in basketball and football, and then it's going to start trickling down to other sports. I said it before, I'll say it again. The NCAA Final Four in basketball should always include 2 HBCU teams.
Hey, Jay,
I said, we keep our best talent in-house, we're going to be there every time.
And like I said earlier, we was laughing and joking when we came on, but Jackson State and South Carolina State, they sold out the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
80,
do we know how big that is and how
80,
much money was made that day?
Yeah.
And they got money for the bowl and being on TV. Yep. That was huge. And football, 80,000. Yeah. That's huge.
So we're on the forefront of seeing some really good stuff here in the HBCUs, and I'm glad we talk about a lot on this show. All right, let's move to number 2. We're moving through this list. Number 2, Simone Biles and Naomi Osaka say, screw it, we quit.
That's you. I'm letting you touch all that. You can have all that smoke. That's up your alley. That's up your alley. Go ahead.
So Naomi Osaka bowed out of the French Open, then was like, I don't think I'll do Wimbledon either. Then she got into Olympics because it was in Japan. They let her light the Olympic flame. Then she started competing in the Olympics, and then she lost, and then we had other athletes quitting on their doubles partner after they got eliminated. I think that was Roger Federer. Somebody did that. So I don't know. I think this is setting a bad precedent for athletes. That's just my personal opinion. Other people say it's a good thing because the athletes are taking care of their mental health. I just know that this generation is very quick to quit and give up on stuff. They don't like going through any trials and tribulations. Perseverance is not one of their strongest qualities. But okay, if this is what you all are setting up for the precedent, then it's just good to say, all right, well, I'm not, I don't feel this right now. I'm out. And you want to leave your teammates hanging like Simone Biles did? If people are cool with that, that's on them. I don't personally like it, but okay, cool. That's what y'all doing. That's what y'all doing.
Hey Jay, I think now if mentally if you seeing somebody and you can't compete, I get it. I get it. But I agree with some of the things that you said. I think oftentimes with this generation, they're too apt to quit when it gets tough.
Yep.
Sometimes you have to fight through it. Like I had a young lady ask me the other day, man, how was I able to fight through so many things I fought through? And I said, because of sports. Like, I wasn't able to quit. I remember I was sick one day and the trainer told me, no, you fine, you can suck it up and play. And I was like, okay, I was able to flip that switch on my mind and play. Everybody can't do that, but I learned that from sports, though. But this society these days, I don't know, Jay. They got to learn how to battle through adversity a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree, Lance. I agree. What got me was they put Simone on time. You know what I mean? They made her Time Athlete of the Year. Like I could understand where you're fighting, you're trying to stand up and make this not stigmatize it. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to you're trying to make it okay, this person is dealing with something. You're trying to make it normalized. You're trying to normalize it. It's just the timing, the situation, and you know, she went back and forth. First, you know, first it was one thing, then it was a twisties, and it was just kind of like, I can get where an athlete can get overwhelmed, especially an athlete on the back end of her career. And let's be quiet. I'm trying to be nice, and I think I am being nice. An athlete on the back end of her career, as far as gymnastics is concerned, that's Simone Biles. So you could, I mean, maybe it happened right there. Maybe you saw it happen during training. Maybe she felt it during training. I ain't got this no more. Maybe it was that. I'm not trying to diminish any mental health issues, but I don't think she deserved that. I don't think she deserved to be Time Athlete of the Year because of that. I don't think she might have been going through something, but I don't think it was, you know, I don't think it was how we kind of look at mental health. I don't think she was suffering from some type of depression. I mean, maybe it started up. Maybe she could have been like, oh, damn, now I'm down. Now I don't trust myself. But I don't think she overcome something like something that was just insurmountable. I think she really got frustrated with herself.
Yeah, I don't know, and the thing is, because you're kind of stuck in the situation, because if there's, some mental health stuff going on, of course, you're not going to criticize that. But, she's also come out, and I said, just watching the weeks it happened, and then the weeks after Olympics, the story started. She started coming out more and more, and then she said, "Well, I started feeling that way even before I went to Tokyo." And that was my whole point at the beginning. I'm like, she just didn't figure that out when she got out there on the mat. She knew that. And my whole thing was she took up a spot for somebody else. She could have said before she even got on the plane, "Yo, this ain't working. We got alternates. Just let the alternates go."
It took away from the girl that won as well, Jason. And Naomi Osaka, Naomi just don't want to deal with anything.
Right.
Naomi don't want to deal.
Right.
But Jay, let me say this about Simone Biles. Maybe, I always try to play a little advocate. Sure. Maybe she said, look, maybe if I get on the plane, I get there, I see the people, then maybe I can maybe get up to play. And I see where you coming from too, Jay, because if you're thinking about it before you went, that's tough. So maybe she thought she was gonna say, "Hey, look, okay, let me see the crowd, let me smell the popcorn, I could get going."
Right.
But man, I understand about the alternate too, though, Jason.
Yeah. So that's our number 2. All right, it's time for number 1. We usually have a drum roll, but we're short on time, so I'll do some. That's me. Here's our drum roll. Our number 1 story in 2021. The Chicago Sky win the title. We got a better picture than that one, Ivan. Why you put that one up? The Chicago Sky have won the first ever WNBA championship. There's a better picture of the Sky. The Sky is celebrating. The city went bananas. Candace Parker comes home and leads us to a title. It was a big party down in Grant Park. The WNBA got some of the highest ratings they've ever got in history. You and I went to games during the finals round. It was amazing. It was really, really amazing. Something I thought that the city needed after, the Bears playing like crap, the White Sox getting eliminated, the Cubs are rebuilding, and the Blackhawks had all sorts of scandals. It was so good to see these ladies come out on top. Lance, your thoughts on our number 1 story of the year?
I think you said it, Jay. First, shout out to the Sky and James Wade. I was happy for Coach Wade when they won it, but just having a Chicago team that win it, and in the style and in the fashion they won. Candace Parker came home. You had Diamond over there, Jay. Ooh, and they know how to party too. So just having the opportunity to go to the games with the atmosphere around Chicago, people fired up. We had everything going on downtown around that time, Jay. I mean, that was nice. I'm happy for them, and at least we could say Chicago, we won something because we hadn't won anything in a couple of years. So shout out to the Sky, Candace Parker, though.
Yeah, I agree. So that's our number 1 story of 2021. The Chicago Sky win the title. Once again, congratulations out to everyone over there at the Sky and our guy, James Wade. And now, as we get ready to end our 2021, we've got some clips from some interesting moments from our show. Ivan, are they ready? You can go ahead and roll them.
There you go. And you were going to say something about Lance. Go ahead and say what you're going to say.
I was listening. Y'all was talking about the LeBron thing, right? And I'm going to get on you too, Jason, because I've heard 3 things.
And let me pause this real quick. This is a clip. This is a clip when Lance met Buck.
10 minutes that I had never heard before. First of all, Lance up here trying to be all modest. He tell you how we met, did he?
No.
Did he tell you how we met, Jay?
No.
We at the Bob Gibbons tournament in Durham, and on Duke's campus.
Don't believe
they were the Mac Irvin Fire then?
Yeah.
Or no, it was the Illinois Fire or something. He had Nate Minoy, Pargo, all them boys. I had Brandon Rush, Julius Powell. I had a bunch of them guys in the championship with Bob Gibbons. Lance and them was giving us so much hell that by the third quarter, we had squared up. Coaches, players, everybody. They had to stop the game. They was going to kick out.
Y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong for that.
Nick, all of him, Nick, everybody.
Forget you, Jason.
I'm talking about, I thought Bob Gibbons would never invite neither one of our teams back to another. But it probably was the game I think I covered on SummerSlam magazine. It was that good of a game. And we've been friends ever since. Like I probably saw him 10 years later and reminded him of that moment. Him and his brother started crying, and we've been the closest of friends, ever since.
You couldn't find Dominique Dawes, Ashley Johnson, Sarah Gordon. Couldn't find that though.
Jason, I think you're muted, or your mic might be unplugged.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's a good clip, Ivan. What's clip number 2? That's you, old Lance Irvin, trying to act like
what
you and Buck about to square up out in Atlanta. That's how y'all met. Y'all almost came to blows.
This one was with Miles Reynolds. We were talking about. Actually, we're talking about this hideous uniform. Well, a couple other uniforms. This hideous one also. We're talking about the jerseys, and Jay and Lance. You actually asked Miles how he felt about the city jerseys, and this is what. And remember, Jason was losing, and he was on a losing streak in jump ball now. So this one is Jason outjumps Lance.
Let me ask you this, Miles. Cousin Jason and I had a conversation about is all these not retro uniforms. Is it too many like new city uniforms? All these uniforms coming out. What's your thought about everybody coming out with these new uniforms, new version of this, new version of that? Do you think we need all these uniforms?
No, man. I'm a classic guy.
Lance Irvin.
I like when they bust out the throwbacks, man. You know, the city jerseys are cool, but I'm a that guy, Lance.
Miles, you big into fashion, Miles. You just bought luxury shoes. You got us.
I'll give you this though. What's the Encore apparel? So I don't know if you've been seeing like the Nike like pregame stuff they've been wearing, around and things like that. I like that, but when it comes to the jerseys, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they need to switch it up every single year.
We're not inviting Miles back on the show. Miles is not getting another invite. Miles is not getting invited back on the show.
And if you guys remember, Cindy Carter was on the show as well. It was like Miles was a tiebreaker. Lance took an L that day. Jason finally outjumped Lance after a long time. And then the third clip was. Well, it's more infamous than anything. Obviously, Jason had mentioned it.
Yeah,
Jason had mentioned it earlier. It's me in the hospital. So,
welcome back, everybody, to What's Up, Cuz. I'm your host, Jason Palmer, along with my cousin, the coach himself, Lance C. Irvin, and we gotta talk about our producer. So, just. First of all, we got to make sure he is streaming TV ready because of where he is. He says he's good. Okay. Ivan, you can come on the screen now.
Oh, I've been on the screen all day, so I'm comfortable with this.
Oh, my goodness. The show is reaching another level.
So, first of all, I'm hearing a beep in the background.
That's nothing. Ignore that. That's just I need to switch or they need to come in and switch my IV.
I know what the problem is, Jay. See, you and Ivan are always trying to outshine me and outdo me. And you remember I was sick a couple of weeks ago, but I came on, right? I had a little time. I really wasn't feeling good, but I came on. But Ivan is trying to take this to a new level now.
You might have had the flu game, but I got Bernard King's broken. So I got that game tonight. But no, I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay. I'll be all right. What happened? I was working out on Thursday, and I thought I was taking. I took it. It was all body weight. I didn't do anything crazy. It was running.
Jay,
I ran back extensions, pull-ups, and then I flipped the tire a couple times. Got home, I was fine. I did the show, Sean and Maya, on Friday. And after the show, I laid down to kind of stretch the back, because the back got stiff. I tried to stretch it out, and then I just started seizing up like something awful. It was like the worst pain I ever felt, like physically I ever felt. Just from the lower back shooting down to the middle of my thigh. And I couldn't move, the leg was locked. I couldn't move it. I was dragging it on the floor, like crawling to the front door. My wife and my mother was there to watch my kid while my wife went to the store, but they couldn't do anything for me. So they ended up calling my dad. They took me to the hospital. I ended up the muscle ended up failing. So that's going to be loud. So it's ended up failing and started pumping creatine in me, and the levels are just ridiculous. So go ahead. You can come in if you want. I'll be right back.
See, See, that exemplifies.
Turned around in the hospital.
Oh, Ivan in the hospital. His bare ass showing in his gown. Had to be the.
That's how I took it off before that. Y'all know what I have. Y'all. Oh, actually, I do have it.
Look at
no, that's okay. You really don't.
But that should be on the best of Sports Zone. That should be on the best of Sports Zone Chicago, Jay. Boy, we should win that. We should win that.
Oh, Ivan in the hospital. What can I say? Our number one clip. Well, hey, it's been a great 2021, cousin. And I just want to say thank you to Maya Akai. Thank you to Sean Sierra for allowing us this platform on Monday nights from 6 to 8. Thank you to every one of our guests who came on here from 2021. In our first show of 2022, we're going to recap some of the interviews with some of our favorite guests of 2021 as well as we start out next year. But just thank you to everybody. Thank you to my wife, Sharice, for supporting me and allowing me to do this. Thank you to all my friends, Eric, Armando for always watching, Vernon, Tony Barnes, everybody out there. We appreciate your support. We're going to keep doing this show, and we're ahead of the curve. We keep bringing up topics that all of a sudden, months later, you see them in the news. So we talked about the HBCUs, and now we see what's happening with the HBCUs. So just thank you to everybody from me to you, and a happy holiday, happy New Year, Merry Christmas to all of you. Lance, what would you like to say?
Man, you said a lot, but being brief, I think we had a great year, Jay, show-wise. We both growing, and I just hopefully COVID will go away soon, but we need everybody to take it a little bit more serious, it seems like. And, I'm happy to have the ability to do the show every Monday and present our audience with new and different ideas like you talked about. So, cuz, man, I appreciate you. Even though I'm always frying you in the jump ball, you, Ivan, might even shine the tailback or the running back. Man, wish my wife and my daughter a happy 2022. And, man, we looking forward to big things, baby. Remember, I'm going to get mine. Tony Barnes, I'm going to get mine. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. Ojo Barnes, we got to get Ojo Barnes on the show. Think he looking like Billy D up there.
I agree. He looking like Santa Claus with that beard in his photo. He's a black Santa. Get Tony in a red suit out here.
He's going to come back and fry you. But, man, Jay, I'm looking forward to 2022. Great things for you, cuz, man. Enjoy your break, and I'm going to enjoy mine.
I will do. And once again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this show tonight was dedicated to my Lynn Bloom classmate who yesterday lost her battle with COVID.
Sorry to hear.
We've now lost over 800,000 people in this country to COVID-19. This virus is serious. It is wicked. It takes no prisoners. Thea, you were a beautiful person. It was so much a pleasure to know you and have you as a classmate, and your spirit will live forever, Spider. We love you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to What's Up, Cuz. We will see you in 2022. God's blessings. Peace out.
Peace.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise. march on to victory.